everybody, and welcome back to Hannah Selector Plays. As you can see from my fabulous sweatshirt, I think, maybe? Because remember, I can't see my face because I'm a scrub gamer and only have one monitor. It is still spooky season, and we are back playing Scarlet Hollow, as you can see from the general background of the video. You may or may not remember that we left off with our admittedly grumpy cousin Tabitha leaving us alone in our family mansion. This time, instead of a pumpkin beer, I instead have a pumpkin spice coffee, and I am ready to poke around in places that I am not supposed to be, as I hope you guys are too. So let's get started here and find out if I will remember the voices that I did for characters that may reappear. Probably not. All right. And now it's just you. You and this sprawling, decrepit estate. So, we can explore, as you recall. We can do a PB&J. Sounds great right about now. Settle into your room. Go straight to the forbidden wings of the estate. Might as well head to town. How about we settle into our room? I seem to remember there being some things we could poke around in there. Let's see. Now that your cousin is gone, the aches and pains of your journey sink into your bones. You stumble back up the stairs to your room, suitcase in tow, eager to unwind before you face the rest of the day. Oh, I hope we get to poke at some of this stuff. You stand at the entrance to your room. Alright, take a nap. You've earned it. Put your spare clothes in the dresser, check the closet, look out the window, examine the painting on the wall. I don't really put my clothes in dressers when I go stay places, because I think that's weird. I usually live out of a suitcase. So let's check the closet, just to make sure there are no monsters, and see if there's a chest of old cash. Ew. Alright. You can see why your cousin said you should put your clothes in the dresser instead of this closet. There must be decades of family history stacked up in here. I've seen horror movies. Let's pick up the doll. Of course you're sharing a room with a creepy doll. You pick it up to examine it more closely. Its tag reads, Property of Alexandra. No need to carry this around with you. Okay, so it's not like Tabitha's old doll. I guess maybe we need to put a pin in the name Alexandra and see if she comes up again later. Maybe she's the lady in the painting here. Okay, I close the closet. You close the closet behind you. I don't want to take a nap. Let's look at the painting and see if it's Alexandra. This must be an old relative of yours. Very old, judging by the dates on the inscription. You've never heard of her, but you'd barely heard anything about your aunt and cousin until a week ago, so that's not really a surprise. Maybe you could ask Tabitha about this Maribel Scarlet the next time you see her. That is, if she's actually in the mood for conversation. Okay, so it's not this lady's doll. Let's look out the window. You only imagine how beautiful the garden must have been in its heyday. If you owned this place, you'd totally get out there with a shovel and some gardening gloves and whip it into shape. That I would. Is there anything creepy, in the background, that's been hidden for us to see? No. But the artwork is beautiful nonetheless. Oh, by the time this video comes out, the game will have obviously been released, and there will be a Kickstarter for all of the rest of the chapters that you all will be able to find in the description if you want to support the game and get it yourself. You'd go out and pull weeds, chop trees, carve topiaries, and do whatever you needed to do to return it to its former glory. And once it was all done, you'd sit by the fountain, which of course would have a little goldfish in it, and drink a floral tea while you enjoyed the bird song. Probably I would have coffee, but that is a lovely visualization for this morning. Or whatever time it is when you guys are watching this. Yeah, you definitely do that. Just not right now. Alright, well, let's put our clothes in the dresser and see if there's any creepy old jewelry or something. Or a ghost. Is there anything in the room to look at? I don't think this is really a point-and-click thing where you can click on details, which kind of bums me out, but only mildly because, of course, it's beautiful and I'm having fun. Put your spare clothes in the... Oh, look at the little possum! I know I'm supposed to be creeped out, but look how cute he is, even though he hissed at me. You drag your suitcase over to the dresser and open the bottom drawer. An opossum lurks within. It is quiet, but angry. Rightly so, I probably woke him up. Oh, pardon me. Exactly. Close the drawer, grab the opossum, gently smack the opossum, put clothes on top of opossum. We are invading his home. Oh, pardon me. Oh, pardon me, sir, good possum. I would never dream of coming in unannounced without knocking like that. I'm so sorry. You gently close the drawer, leaving the marsupial in peace. This drawer belongs to the opossum, and there's nothing you can do about it, and nothing I would do about it. You open the top drawer next. It's empty, as good a place as you'll find to put your clothes. Based on the state of the house, you wonder if you'd been better off keeping your clothes in your nice clean bag, like I normally do when I travel. But there's no going back now. Okay, I'm not taking a nap. That's enough. Let's go poke around elsewhere. Doesn't seem like there's much else for you to do here right now. Should we get a sandwich to help us poke around in forbidden places? Buoy our strength? Let's go make a sandwich. Maybe the cat will let us pet her now. You haven't had anything to eat all day. The only things louder than your stomach right now are the creaks and moans of this ancient place. A PB&J sounds exactly like what you need to take on the rest of the day. You head to the kitchen. You're back in the kitchen, ready to start a beautiful peanut butter and jelly sandwich. It's a daunting task given the state of the place, but the aggressive growls of your stomach outweigh your fear of food poisoning. I don't think they do. I am deathly afraid of becoming ill by foodborne means. To get started, you'll probably need to find some peanut butter, some jelly, bread, plates, and a knife. Ooh, we're civilized. We're using plates. All right. Okay, we're gonna try to pet Frou-Frou again. Approach Frou-Frou. Oh, nope. This is clearly Frou-Frou's spot on the counter, so we will not be petting the cat or putting our sandwich there. Okay. I'm gonna back away. I don't want to get scratched, but I really want to pet the cat. But maybe there's a way later in the game to get her to warm up to us. You back away from Frou-Frou, trying not to make any sudden movements. Okay, well, obviously peanut butter will be... Should we go out in the garden before we make a sandwich? Can we do that? Let's try it. Hell yeah! The garden was reclaimed by the wilderness long ago. You don't think you want to go out there after all. Oh, are you even up to date on your tetanus shots? Yes, I have very young nieces, so I am up to date. Bummer. Oh, look at this little, like, fountain lady with her baby and some satyrs, I guess. Any little creepy details? I don't think so, but if you spot one, tell me in the comments, because I want to know. I guess we have to go back to the kitchen. There's not a lot of, like, metal out here, or nails that I can see. I don't feel like tetanus is the concern. You close the door behind you and return to the kitchen. Fine, I'll go get peanut butter out of the pantry. Let's go get some peanut butter. Tabitha sure loves her mac and cheese. Same. Alright. Ooh, let's use our keen eye. Let's look closer. You squint into the darkness of the pantry. Behind the molded bread, a single book lies forgotten, a thin layer of dust collected on its cover. You pick it up. Neat. Haha, look. It says GIF, or possibly GIF. I don't really know how to pronounce that, and I don't believe anybody else does. Just kidding, I'm sure somebody does. You flip to a bookmarked page. Both calf's brain and aspic are unappetizing enough on their own, and you can only imagine how vile the combination of the two would be. What kind of person would call this their favorite food? No wonder your mom ran far, far away from this place. I think aspic is like bits of meat suspended in jello, or jelly, gelatin, whatever. Anyway, that sounds kind of gross. This must be like one of those horrid cookbooks from the 1970s. You shut the book and put it back in its place. Maybe it's this thing down here, this little book? I feel like Tabitha hates me enough as it is, even though I would really prefer mac and cheese to the peanut butter and jelly sandwich. An interesting fact about me, I tend to be a bit of a goody two-shoes in video games because it makes me feel bad to do bad things. When I did a renegade run of Mass Effect, it made my heart beat so fast I thought I might just die. Feels bad to be bad. Alright, let's take some bread first. We need something to put our peanut butter on. You pick up one of the non-moldy loaves of bread. Great! One step closer to a satisfying snack. All you need now is a plate, a knife, and the PB&J itself. Okay, take the peanut butter. The king of nut butters, and only 3% of each jar is mashed up cockroaches. Is that on the jar? Does Nutella? Nutella is the king of nut butters. I know. It was a pun. It was bad. Although, it's made out of hazelnuts. Hazelnuts are nuts. Nutella is probably a nut butter, which means it's the king of nut butters, because it's tasty as hell. All you need now is some jelly, a plate, and a knife. Okie doke. Let us close the pantry. R.I.P. little mouse buddy there. You look like you've been dead a while, or you starved to death because you're real skinny. Okay, close the pantry. You close the pantry door as best you can and turn back to the rest of the kitchen. Can't I eat, like, some of this nice stuff in the basket? It looks like some post-funeral or pre-funeral munchies or something. Probably candy in there, chocolate-covered somethings. I really wish I could, like, point and click and get, you know, flavor text on some of the items in here. That would be fun. Okay. So, probably the jelly is in the fridge. Let's search the fridge. As you approach the fridge, your eyes catch a note taped to the door reading, "Janie, stay out," in all caps. Below it, in separate handwriting, are the words, "Okie dokie." Oh, Janie's the cleaning lady from last time. She seems cute and with a good sense of humor. Okie dokie to Tabitha's very guarded demeanor. A little overzealously guarded. All right, you open the fridge. You already feel a deep urge to wash your hands, even though you have yet to touch anything other than the handle. Got some mayo, we got some butter, milk, a forbidden thing of grossness, and some grape jelly. Cool. Why did we open the freezer too? We're just like upping the electric bill. All right. Ooh, I don't know why we'd do this, but like, I want to see what's in there. What's in this old takeout? Why did you do that? What were you expecting? I don't know. Something horror-y? This takeout container is disgusting beyond words. A liquefied mess wholly congealed in its styrofoam shell. Grody. You can't even tell what it used to be. Oh, well, that's the only reason I opened it. It looks like maybe there's some carrots down here. By the way, I like my little severed clicky hand. It's fun. This substance doesn't just smell bad, it smells ancient. For God's sake, throw it away! For God's sake, put it back! Eat it! No. I mean, let's throw it away. I'm sure Tabitha will argue with us about it later. She was saving it. She was doing an art project with it, but it's fine. We're going to throw it away. Your body reacts before you even register what you're doing, compelled by a deep primal disgust. Yes, very, very primal disgust that I am feeling. You open the trash can, expecting the worst, but find it mostly empty. Makes sense, you suppose, given that your cousin seems to mostly subsist on boxed mac and cheese. You toss the styrofoam container into the trash and close the lid, freeing yourself from the knowledge that the sludge ever existed to begin with. Oh, I have to go back in the fridge to get the jelly. You open the fridge. Oh, I already said that. Same text. Alright, let's take this jelly. I'm gonna leave her ice cream alone because she asked me to, and like I said, she really hates me already. I would like to make her come around. We're family. Maybe we'll need each other. You reach for one of the unopened jars of grape jelly. Carefully checking its expiration date, you breathe a sigh of relief when you realize it's recent. Yeah, there's a lot of jelly in here, man. Guess Tabitha's a bit of a mono-eater. This was either purchased specifically for you, or jelly is one of the few things in this kitchen Tabitha actually uses. The only things you need now are a plate and a knife. Better close the fridge and keep looking. Do we check the mayonnaise? Should we check? Let's check the mayonnaise. Maybe there's like a cockroach in there. I don't know. I want something freaky to happen. You know, you probably shouldn't, but a part of you has to know how old that mayonnaise is. I could look on the jar, but that's okay. Okay, you pick up the jar. Its label flaking in your hand. It expired 10 years ago. This jar of mayonnaise is old enough to graduate 5th grade. Best to put it back and forget you ever saw it. True enough. All right, we'll be respectful and close the fridge. All right, you return to the kitchen, closing the fridge behind you. Okay. Well, I'm guessing that we need a plate from the cabinets. This cabinet must be where Tabitha keeps the dishware, and oddly enough, the utensils. I guess the drawers are accessible by... Well, everything would be accessible by cockroaches and stuff. Okay. Explore. Grab a plate and a butter knife? But let's, grab a bowl, examine the mug, examine the shot glass. Let's look at the shot glass. It reads, I survived Deb's 50th. Your aunt's name was Pearl Ann, so this wasn't from her 50th. From the few stories you've heard from your mom, Pearl Ann wasn't the type to have kitschy friends who gave out themed shot glasses at their birthday parties. So now we've got Pearl Ann, Mary Bell from upstairs, me, Tabitha, and Alexandra, and possibly Deb in the family. A lot of ladies. Maybe it belongs to Janie. Okay, so maybe... But then why is Janie drinking on the job here? You imagine she might need an alcoholic beverage to get through cleaning this place, especially with Tabitha's sour face peering over her shoulder. That bathroom from earlier could have driven anybody to drink, that's true. Let's read the mug. It looks like one of those, like, Starbucks mugs. It reads, I was blown away at Blowing Rock, North Carolina, so your aunt and cousin actually traveled sometimes, even if it was only a few hours from the estate. Blowing Rock is probably about an hour and a half to 2 hours away from where I live in North Carolina. It's like a little local legend and love story that you can read about should you so desire. It does have to do with a blowing rock, and admittedly I'm being like a bad North Carolinian right now for not remembering. Something about somebody's lover being blown off a cliff, I want to say. And then the rock balanced, representing something. Whatever, doesn't matter. They got a mug from there. There's lots of souvenir shops up there. It's in the mountains. Maybe you can route your return trip through Blowing Rock. It might be nice to see the local sights before heading home. Maybe. Alright. This bowl has like a note on it. Should we grab the bowl? Even though we don't need it. You reach for the bowl, but as you pull it down, a blend of vinegar and dead moth splashes on you, immediately staining your shirt. On the back, on the bowl, probably that's supposed to say of, is a note that reads, Moth trap, do not touch. Whoops. See, here I was thinking it was going to be some, like, plot-relevant thing. Never mind. Your shirt is now unpleasantly wet. You'll probably change into something clean before you leave the house. Okay, let's behave. Not that we have any other choices. You grab a plate and a butter knife. This is the last ingredient you need to make your PB&J. Time to get to work. Okie doke. You close the cabinet and look back to the rest of the kitchen. I don't feel like there was anything else to see in those places or options unless you wanted to, like, steal from Tabitha, so let's make our sandwich. Despite the state of this horrendous kitchen, you have successfully combined your 3 ingredients to make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Congratulations. You can feed yourself. Did you guys hear the little toast sound it sounded like, or the knife scraping on toast? That was cool. All of that hassle, and it took you less than a minute to eat. The rest of the day lies in front of you. Good. Now, we're done in the kitchen, because Frou-Frou's not going to let us pet her. Let's go poke around elsewhere. Congratulations, you've eaten and have a full day ahead of you. What do you want to do next? Well, let us go investigate the Forbidden Wings. We've got PB&J in our stomach. We're strong now. With Tabitha gone, there's no one stopping you from going into the Forbidden Wings of the estate. You immediately try the nearest door, only to be impeded by a lock. Oh, that's anticlimactic. Dang, I guess we don't get to go into these parts of the house until later in the game. And I must have done something that prevented going into the garden in more significant of a way, maybe? Or maybe you're just not allowed to yet. We can't see anything through these black windows, so I guess we might as well head to town. With your cousin gone, there's nothing for you to really do here. You drop your bags off in your room and head out to explore the town. Alright, let's check out Scarlet Hollow. If you'd have known you'd wind up having to walk all the way back to town, you probably would have just asked Tabitha to leave you at the bus stop, especially with how unhappy she seemed to see you. Any little creepy things in the woods seen here? Any little spooky stuff? No. If only you could wipe the slate between the two of you clean and bury some of the tension, though maybe her mother's funeral isn't the best time for something like that. again, maybe it's the perfect time. I guess we'll see what choices I make. Continue down the path. It's really pretty out here. It is. The North Carolina mountains really are beautiful if you get a chance to visit them. Super, super nice up there. And it's also like the only place in the state that really gets any snow, if you want to see some of that. Okay, keep going. Ooh. Finally, you made it back to town. Town is looking a little worse for wear. We got Scarlet Hollow Town Hall. Oh, but we might have a bookstore, which is cool, because the town I live in right now, which isn't as bad a shape as this, doesn't have a bookstore at all. The Holler, as that guy on the bus called it, has probably seen better days. It still has the feeling of an idyllic country town, but its sidewalks are cracked, and many of the storefronts are boarded up, their windows dusty with age. A chill breeze sweeps down the lane, and you shudder, suddenly feeling as if you're peering into a grave. Little ghost town. Are there ghosts in the ghost town? I want some horror stuff. Let's do this. Let's get scary. Oh my, it's a little pug! Move, speech bubble! Aww! Sorry about that. Gretchen can be very slippery when she wants to be. She loves to get loose and cause havoc. I love her. Look at her little pug face. It's so wrinkly and sweet. Oh. Okay. You're wearing a letter jacket, so I don't want to see it. I think this might be one of the romance options. I hope you're out of high school and this is just an old jacket, though, because I feel like simply because of the dog, I'm gonna pick you. Okay, pet the dog. A pug, she's so cute. Tell me more about this wonderful creature. I don't do too well with dogs. Psh, no. Is that supposed to be a dog? Mean! Introduce yourself. Okay, well, this is likely the reaction I would have in real life, so tell me more about this wonderful creature. I am in love with this dog and wish to know everything there is to know about her. Oh, look at her little eyes! I love Gretchen. Gretchen for the win. Nothing better happened to Gretchen. Oh my god. Gladly. Her favorite food is Cheese Whiz, her favorite toy is an old sock I sewed up to look like a squirrel, and her favorite show is Murder, She Wrote. Okay, I love both of you. You're my favorites. I've only met 2 people in the game pretty much, except for Nut Guy, but I'm on board. Oh, look at her little face. Sometimes I leave it on in the background while I'm working to give her something to do. She'll actually sit in her little bed and watch it, like an old lady with her programs. Aww. How'd you 2 meet? That's so cute! How'd you first meet her? My mom was a vet, and she used to visit the regional animal shelter on weekends to do checkups. Aw. When I was real young, I'd go with her to volunteer, which really meant I'd do a little bit of manual labor, then play with the dogs for the rest of the day. This lady is right up my alley. One weekend, believe it or not, someone dropped off this little 1-year-old pug that had outgrown its cute puppy stage. She has outgrown nothing about being cute. She's adorable. Look at her. When I went to clean her kennel, she looked up at me with those big, watery, nervous eyes, wagging her entire butt and whimpering like no one had ever loved her before. I couldn't not fall head over heels, you know? My parents were rugged mountain folk, so they weren't big on toy breeds, and at first they refused to even consider adopting poor Gretchen. But I kept visiting every week, and soon enough they caved and let me take her home. My dad still wasn't too keen on her at first, but soon enough he was taking her out on the trails like she was a hound dog. You can't help— ooh, our keen eye. You can't help but notice that she's been talking about her parents in the past tense. Oh. I didn't notice that. Guess I'm got as much of a keen eye as I thought when I started the game. Sorry for talking your ear off, but I can't help it. I could prattle on about Gretchen for hours. But where are my manners, talking to you for this long without introducing myself? I'm Stella. It's not often I see a strange face up in the holler. Every now and then there's a new crop of coal folks, but you don't look dusty enough for that. You aren't in town for the funeral, are you? The Scarlet funeral? Okay, so introduce yourself. Yep, maybe, lie, no, none of your business, remain silent. Well, let's introduce ourselves and then we'll tell her yes. Hey, I'm Hannah. You must be Tabby's cousin, right? Tabby. Tabitha. Ooh, that's the only person I can think of that would come to town for the funeral. How's she holding up? To be honest, I've been a little worried about her, all holed up in that big house. Right? Because, like, would she have a nickname? I'm sorry, did you say Tabby? She's struggling. She seems alright. I'm worried about her. Is she always so... I don't know how she's doing, and I don't care. Why do you care? Okay, so either these two were, like, best friends in high school or they dated or something, because the Tabby thing is a very nicknamey thing for such a gruff person. Let's find out. Is she always so, you know, rough around the edges? Yep, that's Tabby for you. I wouldn't take it too personally. Well, I do. I do take it personally. I'm not sure what it says about her state of mind that she's still her same old grumpy self. Yeah, look at Gretchen's face. So cute. It'll probably be good for her now that you're staying there, even though she'd probably never admit it. I guess there's really not a lot of difference between me and Stella's voices, but I'm only so talented, and that's not very much, so I'm not very creative with this, I guess. I'll try and give her a little bit of a southern lilt, if I can remember while I'm reading. Alright, how long have you known her? Are you two friends? She's really not worth your time. Well, how long have you known her? How long have you known her? Oh, quite a long time. The town's real small, so everybody's known everybody else as far back as they can remember. Okay. Tabby and I got a little close when we were both in the school's production of A Midsummer Night's Dream. I was Puck and she was Mustard Seed. Ooh. Very erotic play for youngsters to be performing. As you might have expected, she was more than a little prickly, but I managed to soften her up a bit in the end. Okay, they totally dated. I'm gonna steal your girl, Tabby. But then she graduated, and that was that. I hope you've graduated too. Have I graduated? How old am I in this game? I guess I'm probably roughly the same age as the people... Maybe. No, I had an apartment, so... College age? I guess we're all maybe like early 20s. Oh, if you just got to town, you must be starving. Well, I could always eat, but I did just have a sandwich. I was just on my way to the diner for a coffee, and they've got amazing biscuits. My treat. I'm ready. Let's go to this cafe. It'll be like I'm really there. This is so immersive. Follow her. Ooh, nice southern diner, some pie. They've got fancy city coffee. Does that mean like a latte maybe? Bottomless coffee, Sunday pancake special, sausage biscuit special. Love a sausage biscuit. Some cops, this angry looking dude. Ooh, someone with a flair for fashion, possibly. Well, they've got to be like a significant character because they've got some color on their outfit while basically everybody else is wearing like shades of neutrals. And a kid over here. Okay. The pleasant aroma of greasy breakfast food hangs heavy in the air. In contrast with the empty, lifeless atmosphere of the family estate, the diner is filled with the comforting din of human life. All of which grinds to a sudden halt as the patrons realize that a stranger has entered the establishment. Oh my gosh, and all the game music stopped too. Silence. Awkward. Okay. Hey everyone, I'm Hannah. I would definitely not do that. What are you looking at? Quietly sliding it. There it is. Quietly slide into the nearest booth. You quietly slide into the nearest booth, pretending that you didn't notice everyone in the diner gawking at you like they'd just seen Bigfoot. No need to be so shy. They don't meet many strangers. It's kind of a big deal when someone new wanders into town. Well, I love this diner. They let Gretchen come and just sit at the table. That's so nice. Holler Picayune. I guess that's maybe our newspaper or like a bulletin board or something. Neat. Especially since, well, they probably all know what you're here for, and by extension, who you're related to. As some like locally famous-ish or infamous. Right. Even if you don't know anybody, it's not easy keeping secrets in a town this size. Alright. Oh, my keen eye. That one. That's the keen one over there. As you settle into the booth, you can't help but pick up some of the murmurs of conversation around you. Nice. Let's listen in. Stella pets Gretchen while you take a quick look around the diner. At the counter, 2 policemen and a woman you assume to be the owner shoot sidelong glances in your direction while whispering to each other. Don't hassle me, cops. That must be Vivian's kid. Never thought we'd actually meet her. Okay, so my mom's name is Vivian. Yet another lady member of the family. Maybe we killed all the men. Super weird. Hoping to figure out more about that. Looks so much like her. Oh yes, those eyes are unmistakable. That haunted look. Hey! I don't know if that means I've got dark circles or what, but that seems rude. I always thought it'd go away once she finally got out of this town, but I guess unhappiness was baked into her DNA. You're not unhappy, ma'am. Mm-hmm. A young mother and her syrup-stained child sit at the table across from you. Mommy, who's that? Don't stare, Tulip. That must be Miss Tabitha's cousin. Tulip? That's a heck of a name for a little kid. Oh, so that's why she looks so sad. I would look sad, too, if I had to have Miss Tabitha as a cousin. Do you think Tabitha's cousin is mean, too? Very astute, kid, and I'm not. I don't know. I'll find out next time I go visit Miss Tabitha. Are you going to finish your pancakes? They're almost cold, Sweet Pea, and we've got to go home and help Daddy. In the far back corner, a man sits alone at a small table, sipping coffee and reading a paper. Why are the strangers who wander into town never gorgeous blonde ladies of an appropriate age? Why is it always coal boys, punks, and whippersnappers? Now, which one am I? A punk or a whippersnapper? I'm going to guess punk because I'm not a kid, but rude nonetheless. Lastly, a group of coal miners sit hunched around the corner booth, readily scarfing down heaping plates of food. This guy's having like a really bad day. Something happened to this coal miner. Maybe this guy too. This dude's feeling nothing. He's fine. What do you think? Another youngin' looking for mine work? No way. Clearly don't got the stomach for it. That's gotta be the boss's cousin. There's that funeral this week, if I'm remembering right, for old Miss Pearl Ann. So that means Tabitha is the boss. She owns the mine, I guess, or oversees it. She's the boss of the mine. May she rot in peace. Ooh. So Pearl Ann was not well liked. Well, if she was anything like Tabitha, that makes sense. Ah, let the lady rest, Lloyd. One shouldn't speak ill of the dead, no matter how foul they were, especially before they've been so much as lain to rest. If you'd been around her in her heyday, you'd be speaking ill too, Tommy. Okay, so we got Tommy, Wayne. He's right. Nastiest woman I ever met. That Tabitha is a blessing compared to her. Well, my aunt must have just been like a horrendous nasty bitch then. Curse the whole lot of them. May every Scarlet burn in hell. Sir, I am a Scarlet and I have done nothing to you. I do not appreciate that sentiment. That's enough of that. You're telling me, video game Hannah. Hey, Stella. I went ahead and fixed you up a coffee. They gracefully place a cup of specially brewed coffee in front of Stella. I wonder if it's like the big city coffee. Aw, shucks. Thanks, Avery. Can I have some sugar? Okay, well, if Avery's another romance option, then Stella might have some competition, but then there's Gretchen. I'm just still, like, so totally chuffed that this is a horror game with romance options. If you would like to play a horror game with romance options, like I am currently doing, go back Scarlet Hollow on Kickstarter. Already taken care of. I know you like your coffee drowned in cream and sugar. I'm gonna run out of voices here. I don't really know how to differentiate, but I like the music that's come on now that Avery's on screen. And here's some bacon for the little lady. Aw, okay, so Avery loves Gretchen too. That's another point in their favor. Gretchen sniffs the bacon and digs in. Aw, look at her. I wish we could move the speech bubble and see her whole sweet little face. Anything for you? Okay, well, I would never do that, because that's ridiculous. No thanks, I ate pretty recently. How much is the coffee? Order a coffee, order a biscuit. Order a biscuit and coffee. I love a biscuit. Let's do that. Could I have a biscuit and coffee, please? I heard they were really good. best in the county. Avery pours the fragrant brew into the empty mug in front of you. They linger after pouring your coffee, turning to you nervously. Our coffee. We're here. We're in the cafe. Or the diner, whatever. Oh, and I'm sorry for your loss. Aw, thank you, Avery. I don't really feel it, but... Before you have the chance to respond, they're gone. Glad you took my advice with the biscuit. You won't regret it. Anyways, funeral's not till Sunday, right? That gives you quite a bit of time to slum around town. Sorry, this southern accent thing is just going in and out. I'm doing my best. I'm trying to think if are any cool events going on this week. There's always the reading adventure at the library, which is supposed to be for little kids, but I do it every month anyway. Aw. Okay, Stella, you're still my number one. Oh, and I'm pretty sure Avery's throwing a party Saturday night, so that's a fun thing to look forward to. And there's the weekly Sunday potluck. I do love a potluck. That should be right after the funeral, too, so it'll be a special occasion. That's interesting. Yeah, is that like a church thing? Cool. None of that's really striking my fancy. Remain silent. Alright. Is the potluck a church thing? Would it be weird for me to come if I'm not a member? No, the Sunday thing is coincidental. It's actually hosted by the library. Well, if there's egg salad sandwiches, I'm on board. Without pickles. Not too many people go to church around here, if I'm being honest. A non-religious community in the rural South? I get that. That's a shame. Hell yeah, religion sucks. Remain silent. I get that. I'm not of a church-going persuasion myself. Same for me. Whatever feeling some folks get in church, I think that must be the feeling I get when I look up at the sky on a night hike. That feeling of peace and wholeness. Aw, that's nice. But that's not to say we're a town of heathens or anything like that. There are plenty of God-fearing folks around. They just aren't fans of the church. Does the church perhaps tie into some horror element that will soon be introduced? I'm itching for the creepy stuff. I really want some creepy stuff to happen. Well, the building's fine, but the pastor's another story. There's just something a little off about the guy. You'll get what I mean if you ever meet him. And, unfortunately, you probably will. Anyway, those are all the big events I can think of. As for the day-to-day, any idea how you want to kill time for the rest of the week? Do you have something in mind? Let's go on a date! Or just let me play with Gretchen. You mentioned a library? Nah. What's it to you? No clue. I'm sure I'll be able to occupy myself. We're keen-eyeing this bitch. Let's do it. And by this bitch, I mean this situation, not Stella. I would never say something like that to Stella. Something's telling me this is a loaded question and you've got something in mind. Was that being that obvious? My job means I spend a lot of time in the woods with a camera, and it's always better when someone else is there to... Before Stella can finish, Avery returns, biscuit in tow. Hey, Winnie wanted to give you a biscuit, on the house. She sends her condolences. Aw, that's nice. Thanks, it looks great. You didn't have to do that. What do I look like, a charity case? Oh. Thanks, Avery. It looks great. You pick up the biscuit. It's delicate and fluffy. It nearly crumbles at your touch. Buttery warmth emanates from its surface. You take a bite. It melts in your mouth as if it was nothing but butter suspended in a thin matrix of dough. Man, I am getting hungry. I want a biscuit now. Truly, this is a perfect biscuit. Whoa. Lie. I've had better. Why would I do that? This is the best biscuit I've ever had, but that's not saying much now. Whoa. This is a really good biscuit. Wow. I'm so glad you like it. Avery lingers at the table for a moment. So, has Stella mentioned she's famous? Okay, wait, she's wearing a Mothman shirt. She spends a lot of time in the woods with she's a YouTuber. She's got to be like a YouTuber, or she's doing like a freelance cryptid project or so. She's a YouTuber. I hope she's a YouTuber. I'm so stoked. This is going to be fun. Oh, Avery, I'm not famous. Look, if you're not going to go around tooting your own horn, you know I'm going to do it for you. Stella sighs. Oh, this is gonna be fun. Are we gonna go hunting cryptids in the woods? Can you tell I want something to happen? I want something creepy to happen. Oh, look, I think Gretchen finished her bacon. I'm a YouTuber. Wait, what? What kind of videos do you do? Wow, that's rad. Oh, okay. How does that make you money? How does that make you money? Ugh, you and everyone else. This is mean. What kind of videos do you do? Cool. What kind of videos do you do? She hunts... Yes. I am here for this. I'm ready. She hunts cryptids. You should really check out her channel, Hannah. It's amazing. Yeah, wait. How did you know my name? Oh, sorry. It's just that most people in town know about you. Oh, okay. That makes sense, I guess. Sorry. I'm sure that must seem creepy. No, not really. Well, I guess the cat's out of the bag. Holler's a small place. Everybody knows everybody, and that includes extended family. Alright, it's all good. That's a little unsettling. Oh no, who's been talking about me? Well, yeah, I kind of want to know that. Oh no, who's been talking about me? I never even met this side of the family. What would they even want to talk about? Your aunt must have been getting it from somewhere. She was always on about something you were up to. Oh, oops, I'm sorry, I shouldn't have said anything. What matters got the voices confused. What matters is that now people can meet the real you, so it doesn't matter what Pearl Ann may or may not have said. Okay, so it sounds like maybe my aunt wasn't saying extremely nice things about me. I wonder what that is going to be and whether it's going to bite me in the ass in terms of the game story. Interesting. Maybe we could find out more at Avery's party. Yeah, you can always make a good first impression and wipe the slate clean with the rest of the town. Yeah, I mean, I want to know. Oh god, what was she saying about me? Ugh, what a jerk, or remain silent. Oh god, what was she saying about me? Aw, man, look, I'm sorry I said anything. I mean, it's okay, I just want to know. Hey, don't worry about it. Pearl Ann was a gossip, and wouldn't do this sort of thing, and would do this sort of thing with everyone. Spreading weird little rumors about folks was kind of her trademark. Anyways, weren't we in the middle of talking about Stella's illustrious YouTube career? Okay, Avery, but I'm gonna remember this when we go to your party on Saturday. I guess we were, weren't we? I think the best video to start with would be that river one. Not the lake, but you know, the controversial one. Oh yeah, the Catawba River Runner. I didn't expect much out of that outing at the time, but it wound up being my most popular video by far. I know where the Catawba River is. I could drive there from my house. It would probably take me about 45 minutes. So, the River Runner is a cryptid that's only known from a single sighting. 2 Boy Scouts thought they saw something big and weird in the Catawba River, and that's all I have to go on. All I had to go on. I have not heard of the Catawba River Runner, but I bet you I'll be Googling it after I get off of this game for tonight or today. I guess it's only morning, but still. But then I wound up catching this on camera. Stella pulls out her phone and shows you a clip of something in a river. Scared into woods. I can't read the rest of this. Chill. Lo-fi beats to chill / study too. That's funny. Okay, so here we go. There's a little something in the Catawba River. Hidden Appalachia is her YouTube handle. Some folks said it was a beaver, but if that was the case, it'd be at least twice the size of any beaver I'd ever seen. I also had people saying it was a dog, or even a capybara, that must have escaped from a local wildlife sanctuary. Well, that would be something. I'm still not sure what it was, and I'm the one who saw the thing with my own 2 eyes. Oh, that looks like a mountain lion. I'm pretty sure that's a mountain lion. That's an honest-to-God cryptid there. Oh yeah, totally a dog. Or wait, a beaver. Hold on. Whatever it is, you should leave it alone. I don't believe in cryptids. Alright. That's an honest-to-goodness cryptid right there. No way that's a beaver or a dog. And there's no way a capybara would be swimming in a river in the mountains of North Carolina. Unless there's some North American colony of capybaras in Appalachia, but that would still count as a cryptid, wouldn't it? Yeah, until someone catches a capybara up here, that would still count as a cryptid by most. My comments section went nuts for this footage, and from there it spread to Twitter pretty fast. There were polls for days. I even had actual experts weighing in. It was all a really cool experience. Aw, good for you, Stella. And it meant the video did some pretty great numbers. Personally, I'm a fan. Oh, that's Avery talking, not Stella. Personally, I'm a fan of the capybara theory. Sure, it's not like any local sanctuaries were missing one, but there's always people keeping exotic animals as pets. True, especially the more rural you get. Kind of a sewer gator type situation. Ha, exactly. Some exotic pet owners set it free, and now it'll forever roam the Catawba, confusing Boy Scouts and YouTube commenters for years to come. I'm not sure if she's being serious or joking, but... So, speaking of things to do around town, I was actually planning on filming this week's video tonight. I was wondering if you'd maybe want to come along. Yes, some spooky stuff is maybe gonna happen now. Obviously, like, let us get this horror going. I want this horror to happen. It's a pretty easy one this week. We wouldn't even have to camp anywhere. I'm gonna go after the... Wait, no spoilers! Aw, Avery, you're a nice friend. Whoops, sorry, Avery. It's okay. I should probably get back to it instead of standing around chatting with friends. See y'all around. Bye, Avery. Now that the coast is clear, I'm going after Skunk Ape. Isn't that in Florida, though? Not in North Carolina? I mean, I'm sure we have our own, like, primate cryptid type thing. Ha! Alright. I think we're gonna actually use a book smart option this time. Doesn't Skunk Ape live in Florida? Ew, stinky. What's a skunk ape? Heck yeah. Isn't that just worse Bigfoot? Remain silent. But doesn't Skunk Ape live in Florida? Oh, you know your stuff, don't you? I knew you'd make a great partner. It mostly lives in Florida, but there's been sightings as far north as Virginia. Interesting. While I was doing research for last week's video, I came across a report where a lady from a town over claimed to have seen one on her deck playing tug-of-war with her dog. Alright, cool. And as I leave no stone unturned, I decided it was worth investigating. So what do you say? Want to tag along? Well, obviously. Hold the camera for me while I narrate against a darkening sky, that sort of thing. Look at Gretchen wants some coffee. That depends. Will Gretchen be there? Absolutely. Against my better judgment, yes. Are you nuts? It's not like I have anything else going on. No. Remain silent. That depends. Will Gretchen be there? Of course. It's actually been a while since I've had anyone but Gretchen out there with me. Say no more. I'm in. This is gonna be a lot of fun. I actually started the channel with a couple buddies of mine back in middle school, so it'll be kind of like a blast from the past. Me and Kanika and Reese running around in the woods, flipping over rocks and bothering salamanders. Our videos were terrible, but we had a lot of fun, and that's all that mattered to us. Someday, I will be saying something similar about this video once I've put more up and learned more things about lighting and stuff, I bet. You know, that gets me thinking. I wonder if they'd be down to come along with us, get the old gang back together. Though, I guess Kanika has to close out the general store tonight, so I'm pretty sure she's a no-go. But Reese, I think there's a decent chance we could get him to come out of his hidey hole if he's up for it. Okay. Do you mind if I make a quick call? Nope. Stella pulls out her phone and dials it, waiting while it rings. Reese, dude, what's up? Feels like it's been forever. Oh man, I'm sorry to hear that. Do you want me to come by, or... Uh-oh, something bad happened. Okay, if you're really sure, but if you change your mind... Aw, she looks sad. Oh, I was just calling to ask if you wanted to come out to the woods tonight. I met somebody cool in town today. She thinks I'm cool. She's Tabitha's cousin. I know. Yeah, just here for a week. Anyway, we're going out to look for Skunk Ape. We could take the easier trails if that would help. Okay, so it sounds like maybe Reese, like, hurt his foot or something, or can't walk very far, isn't feeling good. Dang, man, that sounds awful. I hope you take it easy tonight. I'll swing by sometime this week and we can have a more low-key hang. How's that? Yeah, I'll bring her. Ooh. Coming to a low-key hang. She thinks I'm cool. This is going very well, I think. Talk to you soon. Bye, bud. Aw, I'm sorry, Stella. I promised to be good company. Looks like it's just you and me, pal. We're pals. Okay. Did he ask you to bring me to his house? Is he okay? Are you okay? What's his deal? Stella, are you okay? I care about you. Are you okay? Me? Yeah, I'm fine. I'm more worried about Reese. He's had a lot going on in the past, gosh, 10 years or so, but I feel like it's gotten a lot worse recently. Maybe Reese is chronically ill or something? I can't remember the last time I saw him leave his house. Oh well, it's not my place to talk about, really. I just got a little excited thinking about having him along again. He's hilarious. You'd love him. Oh. We should swing by his place sometime this week. That'd be nice. We'll see. Ugh, haven't I met enough people? That'd be nice. I'd love to meet your friends. Awesome. I'll make it happen. He's definitely the trickier one to meet. Kanique is much easier to track down since she's at the general store basically every day. But friendship can wait. We've got a skunk ape to hunt. Yes, let's make some creepy stuff happen. So, we should probably head out if we want to make it up the mountain before it's too dark. Come on, let's blow this popsicle stand. You pause before getting up. Maybe it's time to make a good first impression. After all, it seems everyone in town has heard awful things about you from your now deceased aunt. Leave a tip, leave a generous tip. You can't afford to leave a tip. I have been both a waitress and a bartender at various points in my life. I appreciate people in the service industry. I leave a generous tip. You reach into your pocket and pull out a crumpled $5 bill. You know it's a bit more than one would expect to get from such a short dining experience, but you might as well share the wealth while you've got it. You smooth out the bill before placing it on the table inconspicuously. Aw, that's awesome of you. Avery will appreciate that, I'm sure. Oh, I could also call that like a little bit of backup flirting in case Stella doesn't like me or something. I feel like this cop has been whispering about me the whole time I've been sitting here. I don't like it. Not a fan. Stella turns to leave the diner with you following close behind. Ooh, okay, so we were like here earlier, and now we're all the way above town, and there's this creepy man-shaped shadow here there. Look at Gretchen in her little harness. It hadn't been very cold when you first arrived in town, but as the sun dips closer and closer to the horizon, a chill descends upon the hollow, and you see your situation with renewed clarity. Fresh air will do that for you. You're in a new place, far from civilization and the people you know, following someone you just met into a dark forest in search of monsters. Poignant. You feel more alive than you've been in years. I feel like I'm young, so that sounds silly to say. Strangely calm, tense, unsettled, nothing. I feel strangely calm. The setting sun paints beautiful colors in the sky, fresh air fills your lungs, and pleasant songs of crickets trill around you as night descends. This is where you're supposed to be, with Stella by your side, a sweet smile on her face, and Gretchen plodding along in front without a care in the world. Aw, what a nice scene for me. Fictional video game me. Alternative video game universe me. Whatever. Gotta love this brisk fall weather. This past summer was the hottest on record, since last year at least. In, like, real-life North Carolina a year ago, I guess, because this game is in 2021, it is still sometimes in the 70s and 80s during the week. And it is mid-October, so it's, well, early October, but pretty wild. Very hot and sweaty. You know how it is these days. Each summer is the hottest yet until the next summer, which always finds a way to be so much worse. Welcome to North Carolina, Stella, where you've grown up. It's just nice to feel a chill in the air and see the leaves change, like normalcy is restored, if only for a moment. Normalcy. Don't know what that is. Sorry if that was a bit of a bummer. We should talk about something more fun. Like skunk apes. Alright. Are you really expecting to find anything? Do you ever hunt things that aren't cryptids, like ghosts and whatnot? Has anything bad ever happened on these hikes? Ooh. What's the weirdest thing you've seen in these woods? Yeah, let's go with that. What's the weirdest thing you've seen in these woods? Other than anything cryptid related, of course. Aw, Gretchen. She's not on a leash. I hope she's safe. Nothing better happened to this dog. I will freak the fuck out. Oh gosh, that's a good one. Let me think. Well, there's always the deer I saw stealing baby birds out of a nest and eating them. That was pretty messed up. That is messed up. But I think most people know about that these days. I've seen tons of videos of other deer doing it, so I'm not sure if it counts as weird anymore. That's still weird to me. I've never heard of such a thing. Oh! Tetanus Lake, that's definitely the weirdest. It was a 5-foot deep, 30-foot wide pile of old cans and bottles and assorted garbage with grass and trees growing on it, so you could barely tell it was there until you stepped on it. Big yikes. Good thing I'm up to date on my shots. It was practically solid ground with how much it had been compressed, but you could still fall through if you weren't careful, hence the name. Better be up on your shots if you want to mess around in here. Or in there. It was all stuff from the 50s too, which was super neat. I salvaged a few bottles that I kept on my dresser as a little souvenir. Cool. Alright, next let's ask, I guess, do you ever hunt things that aren't cryptids? You know, like ghosts, demons, werewolves, that sort of thing. Yeah, for sure. I used to go after all sorts of spooky stuff. I never had much luck, though, especially when it came to ghosts. Back when I first started doing solo videos, I'd go into all sorts of old abandoned buildings, hoping I'd stumbled across some sort of activity. Paranormal activity, probably. But nothing ever happened. It was always just me and my camera in an old house getting worked up over a gust of wind or a creaky floorboard. But when all's said and done, I've just been a lot luckier with cryptids. I want to believe in ghosts so bad, and I can't rule out the possibility that there really are true hauntings out there. But if there are, I sure as heck haven't seen any myself. So wistful. Werewolves I kind of lump in with cryptids. I'd be shocked if there actually were people out there who turned into animals, but werewolf lore lines up pretty well with the great beast genre of cryptid. As for demons, I don't know. I honestly don't even want to consider the possibility that they exist. Because if they really are out there, geez, a lot of folks are doomed to an eternity of flames. Demons are upsetting. So let's hope all that's just bunk, am I right? Ooh, what about aliens? What do you think about aliens? Don't even get me started. Did you see those UFO videos the government declassified? Aliens are definitely real, and they have absolutely visited Earth. Like, I believe in aliens way more than I believe in cryptids. You don't see me hunting aliens out here because we know they're real. I'm not gonna be snooty like that. Oh, let's be funny and charming. See? That's just what the government wants you to think. It's easier for them to cover up their secret research programs if they trick everyone into thinking that aliens are behind abductions and UFO sites. Oh, I thought I was being funny, not spouting off conspiracy theories, damn, and all that weird stuff. Sure, the government does messed up stuff on the daily, but the way I see it, I have about as much control over them as I would over extraterrestrial beings. So if I have no control over these things, I might as well choose to think it's been aliens all this time, and let a little joy into my heart, you know? Oh, did Stella see something scary? Or I mean, Gretchen? Did Gretchen see something scary? She looks freaked out. Besides, it's not like it matters which of us is right, or if either of us is right at all. I wasn't trying to be like that. I thought it was like a funny thing to say. I'll die one day, and so will you, and eventually there will be no one left who remembers us or what we did in our lifetimes. True? Damn, you've disarmed me with your nihilism. Okay, this better be funny and charming like I mean it to be. Damn, you've disarmed me with your nihilism, and now I feel an empty pit in my soul at the thought of the vastness of time. Ah, don't worry. Isn't there some comfort in the inherent meaninglessness of our actions? Alright. Well, since I kind of fucked up there, it feels like, maybe I'll just ask if anything bad has ever happened. Has anything bad ever happened on one of these hikes? You know, just curious. Let me think. There was that time back in early high school when Reese fell down a cliff. Okay, maybe that's why he has trouble, like, going on the trails. Did he get really hurt? Oh, maybe not, because he was fine. But he was fine. We had some folks from town rig up a pulley to get him out of the ravine, and his leg only took a couple of months to heal. Nope, I was wrong. All in all, not too bad. Though I guess there was also the time I was out here alone and kinda got stuck in a cave. I was getting great footage of what I thought was a family of wampus cats, but I wasn't able to wiggle my way back out. That's another North Carolina cryptid, the wampus cat. I know about that one. It's pretty much just like a giant predatory cat. Turns out that the wampus cats were actually skunks who very much did not appreciate me blocking the entrance to their hidey hole. And instead of running for help, Gretchen just sat outside, bored to tears. Lassie she is not. I'm really, like, she's concerned back here. I wonder what she sees. Took about an hour to get loose, which was pretty intense, but a few tomato juice baths later, I was right as rain, so it could have been a lot worse. Oh, and there was the time I accidentally stumbled onto old Duke's property and nearly got my head shot off. Wonder if old Duke is a Blue Devils fan, which I, a Carolina alumna, will not be a fan of. Ha ha ha. But that happens to everybody sooner or later. I'd barely count on it. What does this mean? What did that star mean? Was that like a wink, or did I do something good? I guess we'll never know. So yeah, these hikes aren't all that dangerous, all things considered. Okay, I'm not, like, super worried about that, so I'm gonna skip that. Are you really expecting to find anything out here? What are the chances we actually run into a skunk ape in just one night of filming? Well, obviously nothing, alternative universe video game Hannah. Duh. That's fair. We are hunting a creature that stayed hidden from humans long enough to gain a mythic reputation. What are the odds of something like that popping out to star on my little YouTube channel? But hey, the chances are never zero, right? That's true. Did you hear that? Yes, give me horror stuff. There's been enough. This has been a slow build, or at least it's felt like it because it's taken about an hour of gameplay to get here, but I'm sure it won't actually feel that long in the grand scheme of things. Oh shit. Got me a little bit there. Oh, he's wearing a Duke Blue Devils hat. We do not like this man. We support Carolina in this household. Go Tar Heels! Oh, calm down, Gretchen, you old mutt. Oh, this is probably this guy talking. Let me get a gruff southern. Ah, calm down, Gretchen, you old mutt. Okay, he just called Gretchen an old mutt, and them's fighting words. Boo. Boo. Oh, shoot, I missed a line being all boo about Duke. Phew, sorry for being jumpy, Duke. I thought you were... let's see if I can remember one of the insulting rhymes from college. Duke is puke, Wake is fake, NC State is the team I hate, you can't get to heaven in a red canoe, cause God's favorite color is Carolina blue. So if you're not from North Carolina, or you don't follow, like, college basketball, Duke bad, Carolina good, is pretty much what I'm saying. Some creature of darkness? Nah, girly, just old Duke. I already forget what I gave this guy. Now what the hell are you looking for all the way out here? Skunk ape. Sorry I asked. And who's this you've suckered into coming with you? Wait a tick. You aren't... Is that... Yep. I see. Welcome to the holler. My condolences. I'll keep you in my prayers. This man just thoughts and prayers to me with his stupid Duke Blue Devils hat. Now both of y'all better head on back to town, you hear? It's best you steer well clear of this area tonight. You planning some murders, bruh? I'm out dealing with my own critter, and I won't be too appreciative if a couple fools with a camera scare away the more sensitive wildlife. What are you hunting tonight? Something tall and hairy? That did not make Duke happy, look at his face. Something musky? You see anything like that recently? Wouldn't you like to know? You could never stay in your business, Stella Richmond. Put that damned camera down. Oh, come on, Duke. Maybe I could help out. I'm pretty good at tracking. You know I learned from the best. That you did, but I have to... Alright, this is hard to bounce back and forth between this. I don't know how Seth MacFarlane does this in all those shows. That you did, but I have yet to see a shred of proof that you listen to any of it. The way you tromp around the woods at night yelling about chunkabungas or what have you. But I suppose it couldn't hurt to have a few more eyes out there tonight. Something's been getting at my chickens. I've lost 3 this week, and I can't afford to lose many more than that. I'm so sorry to hear that. But I wonder if Skunk Ape has a taste for chicken. Well, supposedly it was playing tug-of-war with the dog, if it was a skunk ape, so it doesn't seem like it was eating animals, but if it could differentiate between, like, a pet dog and livestock chickens, then it would be pretty smart and maybe a skunk ape. Click. Now see, this is why I don't come to you about these things. It ain't no skunk ape, whatever the hell that is. I know exactly what this is, but I know you won't believe me if I tell you. Oh, Duke, you don't think it's... I do, actually. It's those damn mountain lions. They're out there, Stella. I don't care what your little investigation turned up. You haven't been out in these woods as long as I have. Those sons of bitches are sneaky. Of course you wouldn't find any in one night of tracking. I'm trying to think... When not wildcats, but when mountain lions are spotted in North Carolina, it's usually a rare occurrence and they're very sick, I believe. I remember something being in the local news maybe about 15 years ago about a mountain lion near where I lived at the time. And I know for a fact that's what's been getting at my chickens. Couldn't be anything else. I'm telling you, man, mountain lions are extinct in these parts. There hasn't been an actual sighting since the 1990s, and even those were iffy. Well, Stella, that contradicts directly what I just said, and now I'll have to find a news article or something. I can't believe you go out there on your YouTube saying some river monster spotted by a couple school-aged Boy Scouts has been 100% confirmed, yet Appalachian cougars are some kind of far-fetched fantasy made up by geezers like me. You made me look like a fool. I read those comments people were posting on your video. They were calling me all kinds of names just for seeing things with my own eyes that I know to be true. Aw, well, yeah, don't read the comments, Duke. We all know that. I'm sorry, Duke. I didn't mean to sick anybody on you. I just don't think it's plausible. You'll eat those words when I come carrying a mountain lion corpse out of those woods at dawn. And if you two don't want a face full of buckshot, I suggest you run home and stay out of the woods tonight. But we were here first. What if you find a mountain lion, don't kill it. Right on, Duke, kill the mountain lion. Can't you just buy more chickens? Okay, let's go. I am not gonna butt in. These guys know each other and seem friendly enough. You stand awkwardly by as the two continue to argue. Duke, you're just wasting your time. Give us just one night out there to see what we can find, and I'm sure we can get to the bottom of this. Yeah, right. You'll get some shaky footage of a raccoon and claim it's a heretofore unknown creature that has heat ray vision or some such nonsense. I know what I'm looking for, and there's no way I'm backing down. But I've got to film tonight. The video needs to be out by tomorrow evening so I can keep on schedule. If I miss an update, I might lose my new sponsor, and who knows what that'll mean for my career. You ain't the only one on a schedule. As you well know, my boy Bo and me are headed down to the state fair to show off Big Betty tomorrow morning. We'll be gone near a whole week, so our chicken coop might as well have a big all-you-can-eat sign on it. You know how I feel about my chickens. I couldn't take it if I lost any more of those poor little ladies. Alright, Duke, you're kind of making me like you a little bit. Let's just go, Stella. I don't see why I need to be involved in this. I'm out. This is too much pressure. I mean, I don't want us to keep standing here arguing, so... Let's just go, Stella. He's not gonna budge. You're right. No point in losing any more time to arguing. Fine, we'll head back to town. Break a leg out there, Duke. Break a what now? I mean, good luck, old man. Alright, have a nice night, y'all. As you and Stella return to the trail, she carefully looks back the way you came. Okay, the coast is clear. There's no way we're letting Duke edge us out that easy. Come on, I know a trail that'll let us go around him. Oh, so we're not going back to town. Good, because I want some creepy stuff to happen. Although this video is getting pretty long, we might have to wait a little longer for some creepy stuff. Alright, yes, I knew you wouldn't give up the hunt. Lead the way. Oh no, we aren't actually headed back to town? Are you sure you don't want to, like, watch a movie instead? No way, not with Duke and his shotgun out there waiting to blow our heads off. Silently follow. Lead the way. Lead the way. And trust me, we don't have anything to worry about from old Duke or his shotgun. I've gone out hunting with him before. The man sounds like a truck crashing through the trees when he walks. Even if we do cross paths, we'll hear him long before he catches wind of us. The trail's just up this way. Let's go. Alright, this looks like a good shot. Mind holding the camera? Sure, it's gonna be amateur as hell. She hands you the camera and takes position. As night falls, my new assistant, the mysterious Hannah, and I find ourselves on a high hill in the Blue Ridge Mountains, where we'll begin our hunt for the elusive yet pungent skunk ape. October 12th. Oh, the game is in 2022, excuse me. Ooh, it's pretty close to October 12th when I'm filming this. Spooky. Though mostly encountered in Florida, this possible relative of Bigfoot has been spotted all along the southeastern edge of the United States, including right in this very county. Here's hoping we get a glimpse tonight. We'll check back once we're on the trail. Until then, stay searching, Stellars. Oh, that's cute. Her fans are called Stellars. I can dig it. I can take that camera off your hands for now. We'll be able to start the tracking scenes once the sun sets all the way. In the meantime, we get to take in all this beautiful scenery. It's gorgeous out here, don't you think? The biologist in me is going nuts right now. It's breathtaking. I haven't actually been looking. Being this far from civilization stresses me out. I've seen better. Not a fan of the bugs. Ah, it's breathtaking. I like the woods at night, as long as there aren't bugs. It's breathtaking, and the air is so clean and fresh. I feel like I'm breathing for the first time. It is. I'm glad you came out here. Gretchen has no appreciation for beautiful mountain vistas, and it gets old saying wow into the empty expanse every time I come out here. It's nice to have someone to say wow with. Aw. Finally, some spooky things are happening. Your quiet moment with Stella is broken by a loud, percussive snort. And our time for this video is broken by a little bit of a break. When we continue next time playing Scarlet Hollow, we will find out what is making a loud percussive snort. And in the meantime, there might also be an Among Us video posted to keep you coming back to the channel until I get to record the next part. Remember, if you want to support Scarlet Hollow and all the stuff that Abby's doing, you can check out her Kickstarters and socials, which I will link in the description. You can also find where to buy this sweatshirt, which was made by my gorgeous and wonderfully talented friend Christy, and is available, I believe, on TyTurnerMerch.com. But again, you will find the link in the description. Thank you so much for coming back to Hannah Selector Plays, and I will see you next time. Bye!